I had to break out one of my favorite local shirts for this occasion. Imagine if Jurassic Park took place in Kentucky. Wouldn't be as good, but you know what? Colonel Sanders does look like John Hammond. I stand by my statement. What is up, Netflix fans? Welcome back to my channel. Today, we're talking the brand new Jurassic Park TV show. This is Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous, coming to Netflix tomorrow. I want to thank Netflix for shooting me screeners of this show. I am so excited. No spoilers, of course. We're going to dive into it. I need your anticipation level in the comments, and let's do it. So, Camp Cretaceous follows a group of 6 teenagers chosen for a once-in-a-lifetime experience at a new adventure camp on the opposite side of Isla Nublar. But when dinosaurs wreak havoc across the island, the campers are stranded. As a huge fan of Jurassic Park, and actually as someone who enjoyed Jurassic World, I was so excited for this show. To see it take place simultaneously with events that we know, and if you're asking Austin, are there Easter eggs, are there cameos, are there character events happening on the other side of the island like it says in the summary, while our heroes are doing their own thing? Absolutely. And that's kind of easy to pick up on as we go. So I do think hardcore fans of Jurassic Park are going to get a lot from that department. Austin, is this show good? Is it entertaining? I do want to start with this. It is a show for kids, and not necessarily strictly for kids, because there are some more intense moments, and I do think families are going to watch this and have a great time. But if you've been a Jurassic Park fan since birth, if you've seen Jurassic Park in the theater when it released, you're probably a bit outside of the target demographic when it comes to this particular show. But one beautiful thing about this is the fact that it is kind of opening up Jurassic Park to a new generation. Granted, they've probably heard of it, but if they've never seen a film and they're probably too young to go to a theater and see the chaos that ensues within those PG-13 movies, then I do think this is their opportunity to kind of dive in. Now, if you're too young and you've never experienced anything like this, I would say a 5 or a 6-year-old may get a bit too scared while watching this. So it's that very specific, 8, 9 preteen audience that this show is going for. I would have thoroughly enjoyed this as a kid, but as an adult, even though I got those Easter eggs, I got those really cool moments within the lore, there were times when I was just kind of sitting back saying, I wish they would have used this opportunity to maybe go a bit further and appeal towards even older kids. Because while I do think many adults will enjoy this series, and I'm actually one of those, I did have a thoroughly entertaining time at points, but I do just feel like there were certain things that they could have done a bit better to not make it seem as childish as it ended up coming across in moments. And then other moments are great. There's no denying that. The magic and the wonder of this world is present. You can tell that Spielberg had a hand in this show as a producer. It just kind of captures the essence and the spirit. So if you're approaching this thinking, well, I watched the trailer, and I watched the trailer and thought it was maybe a bit too childish, but it did do a better job within the actual show of capturing those moments and giving us those intense situations and allowing us to kind of grow with this group. They're not only facing these terrifying situations outside of these emotional battles that they get into. Of course, we get that because we need those group bonding and building moments. We see them start to progress as individuals, and each character kind of fits in that trope at the beginning. You have the girl who's obsessed with her phone and will do nothing outside of that. You have the guy who comes from a very rich background. He's like, I've been here before. I've seen dinosaurs. Doesn't necessarily know as much as some of these other kids. One that has been locked in on this situation since birth. His dream his entire life has been to see these dinosaurs in action, and he's also dealing with some really personal issues. That is our main character, by the way, in Darius, and I really like how they establish him at the beginning. You can tell he's just a kind-hearted boy, and I appreciate that, and I appreciate what they turned his character into, that progression. You could kind of feel that, and when I say this show is specifically for kids, again, there will be many that watch this and enjoy this as I did. Just, you have to know what the demographic is going in. Otherwise, you're going to watch it, you're going to scoff, roll your eyes, and say, well, this wasn't what I anticipated. My favorite duo, by the way, was Ben, who would probably be me in that situation, and Bumpy. Every show like this has to have that kind of cute character, the one that you can go, oh, look at it, and that's the character, is cute, and I liked it. Now, since this is taking place simultaneously with Jurassic World, you will be able to see these connections, but because of that, things that they do in this show on occasion really bothered me because these aren't things that would be happening in a real-life situation, because I don't think these kids would have gotten away with a few things. There will be liability issues when they do at this camp. There's a moment where they go into the lab, and as this dinosaur is just kind of out in the open hatching, one of the kids grabs it. Now, it does set up for a moment later on in the series, but I also think to myself, wouldn't one of the workers, I don't know, ban the kid for life because he's over there just touching stuff that, like live dinosaurs, he's just kind of touching it and grabbing it? I'm just like, probably shouldn't be doing that, kid. There's another moment where two of our characters are kind of facing doom and peril because one of the group members hit a button, and it's never acknowledged later. It's like, hey, you almost killed us because you hit that button, but nobody says anything. So I'm just like, you know, there were opportunities here to make this feel a bit more realistic, but I get it because it is a show for a specific audience, and they're just trying to capture A, nostalgia for those fans who do tune in, and B, imagination, wonder, curiosity, seeing dinosaurs chase after our characters. They're in this situation that we've seen countless times in the movies, but this time it's a group of kids, and you're going to be able to relate, if you are of that age, to these characters, and they really do capture that sense of magic and wonder. And we have our characters who have nice character arcs. They end up doing really heroic things, and it's just kind of this fun Indiana Jones-esque, really what we got in Jurassic World with Pratt's character and the two kids, except this time we're dealing with only kids. But they also learn, okay, maybe adults don't have a hold on everything. Maybe they can't handle every situation because even the adults in the show are like, I don't know what to do. Dinosaurs are running rampant. So that was an interesting twist in the story as well. Overall, it's a very simple story, but it's one that's filled with incredible creatures. I didn't actually have an issue with the animation once I got into it. At first, I saw the trailer. I'm like, yeah, I don't know if I like that. But then as you go, you're just kind of like, yeah, I get what they're going for. It isn't the perfect Jurassic World show that a lot of people are going to be hoping for, but it's one that just kind of does what it sets out to do, and that is appeal to kids, open this up to a brand new generation, give a nice, fun journey with interesting characters. I thought this worked. It had some nice, intense moments. It's a fun adventure. The character of Ben sounds like a younger version of Hiccup from How to Train Your Dragon. So I really do think this will appeal to pretty much everyone, unless you think this is an adult show. Then I don't know if you're going to love it, and I don't really blame you there. As for my score, I'm going to 65% for this Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous show. I appreciate you guys watching this video. If you enjoyed this Netflix review, be sure to leave it a thumbs up and let me know what you think. Are you tuning in with your family this weekend to watch Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous? Is it not necessarily what you were expecting? Again, I do wish they would take this opportunity and maybe appeal a bit more towards adults. That would have been a bit better in my opinion, but for what it's going for, I think it's going to work. I really do. So appreciate you guys for watching. Stay tuned. Many more Netflix reviews to come. I'll see you later.